Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Spitzer, and I am a junior studying at Syracuse University. When I think back to my past years at Syracuse, I simply don't regret a single moment or thing that has happened. However, what I do regret now during all of this is taking advantage of our time as students, our freedom as students, and the overall happiness and our ability to socialize with one another and learn among the 20,000 undergraduate students that study at Syracuse every year. We are supposed to be enjoying the last semester of our junior year, considering it is April and school does not end till May, before we jump into adulthood, move out of our childhood homes in a few years, and become independent adults with jobs. How did I feel when I was told that my senior year could potentially be online by multiple sources online, professors, and everyone else? How did I feel when my spring break became longer and longer each time I opened my Syracuse email portal? How did I feel when all of this happened? Well, I was devastated. Seniors all around the globe and nation are speechless. Freshmen lost their first year in college. It simply is not fair, of course not. But it is happening, and it won't get better unless we try. People around us are questioning the value and benefits of social distancing. This past month of April, thousands of college students traveled for spring break in March and April to Mexico, where they were able to party for weeks with thousands of other students in a small resort. How did this affect people? Well, for example, it spread like wildfire. Students were sent back to home or sent to school to quarantine back at their apartments so they wouldn't spread their sicknesses to their parents or families. When I first came home from school, my neighborhood was absolutely flooded with people walking their dogs, riding bikes in the streets with friends, screaming with neighbors, and talking out loud. Now, when I look around, it seems that people have easily started to space themselves from neighbors, even family members, and walk alone or not at all. Watching our society and world change day by day as a 20-year-old has been an experience that I feel I will remember forever and need to realize is something that I hope I'm able to learn from. In 20 years, remembering this period of time where doing absolutely nothing seemed terrible to everyone, I want to think about and hopefully remember to be a learning experience.
Hi, everyone. So, my name is Sarah Spitzer, and I worked with Nikki Altman to create our digital advocacy project for CRS 314 performance studies, which we decided to do on COVID-19, better known as coronavirus. So, our chosen issue was, as I just said, COVID-19, the deathly virus that is destroying our social contact with one another, has canceled schools and universities all over the globe and America, and which has allowed for social distancing to even implement as a law, close down all parks, recreations, restaurants, and businesses all around the globe and our nation. This virus has ultimately created a bigger impact than anything of my time being a college student, being 20 years old, my parents' time, and will be something that as humans we will truly remember for a lifetime and be able to tell our children about. Coronavirus, COVID 19, is an illness that is caused by a virus that can spread from person to person, and symptoms include fever, cough, chills, muscle pain, headaches, and now newly founded a loss of taste or smell, according to the CDC website. Coronavirus has affected younger generations, as well as adults and elders. However, those who are young, attending high schools and colleges, are getting stripped of their most exciting youthful years of their education and making friendships and relationships that will last them forever. It is affecting us as students, younger students in high school who are about to leave their childhood memories and best friends for college, and it is affecting those specifically who are about to graduate and leave their universities. Along with kids, it is affecting the income, occupations, and businesses of those from 25 years old to 60. It's putting a hold on people's finances, definitely, and allowed for the unemployment rate to jump from a 50-year low of 3.5% to 4.4%, which is the highest since August of 2017, which is actually a really long time. That is said to be the sharpest monthly rise in unemployment since January 1975 from USA Today, the article. This virus has spread all across the globe, starting in China, making its way to shut down Europe, and now it's made its way to the USA, which is now the most populated country for coronavirus spread. For these reasons, we couldn't have picked a better topic to discuss and inform people on throughout the pandemic itself. However, we felt that it was definitely important to inform Tumblr users, blog lovers, students, kids, and adults who are our target audience and the people that do use Tumblr the most about how social distancing, the cure to COVID 19, is important and effective and how we can do it properly. So, this being said, our performance was designed to do slash change the mindsets of millennials, those addicted to their phones, scrolling through Tumblr each and every day, our generation of kids. We wanted to not only change their mindsets and thoughts about COVID 19 and what it has done to our entire nation, but to persuade each viewer and reader of our blog slash vlog to want to social distance and to feel confident in their social distancing methods, considering it can honestly be put to a positive and healthy usage, which I and Nikki have done so ourselves and noticed. Using social media platforms was our idea, such as Tumblr, which does allow for people who blog and vlog and want to spread a message to speak to thousands of users who are interested in their topic. For example, we did COVID 19. So, for example, posting on Tumblr allowed for us to use hashtags, follow and repost content about COVID 19 to see what other users are saying and talking about, and to try and reach different audiences and users as well. We felt that this issue of social distancing and going against it is killing thousands of Americans. And the fact that people all over the world are still continuing to be in contact, go to stores when they could be sick, is definitely the issue here. And in order for young adults to realize that they could be spreading it, we felt that speaking and blogging about how we think distancing can help can be enjoyable as well through Tumblr. Listening to students such as us, those young adults who are reading and feeling the same pain as us, speaking about how serious it is to distance and understand the importance of the spread, was our understanding throughout our entire digital advocacy project and what we did. Lastly, the inspiration on what type of platform and performance to use overall was when we began to research on effective uses of performances on important topics that can't be laid differently. I read a lot about how blogging is effective, considering it allows people to have a sense of understanding to one person's opinion, and bloggers and vloggers often are relatable and enjoyable to read and listen to. However, I began to read a lot more about vlogging specifically and the importance behind vloggers. So, in conducting our research, I found an article based on a 16-year-old girl named on YouTube Lonely Girl 15 and how she began a video blog on YouTube back in 2006. At this time, YouTube definitely hadn't been as popular and active as it is today. So starting a video blog was a way of putting herself fully out there publicly to the world. She would vlog about relatable and funny thoughts that she had, talk about her friends, and complain about how she was being homeschooled while millions of other students were allowed to go socialize and be at schools themselves. However, this little vlog eventually spread and exploded, and YouTube grew to become a site with millions of visitors per day and a place where anyone could buy a webcam and upload what they wanted. So, talking about her life and opening up to all of her viewers was her performance that she chose to perform and do so properly. She was the first vlogger that exploded on the web. Well, now there are over millions of vloggers of all sorts of topics, ideas, interests, and etc. So, as I was reading about Lonely Girl and her experience with vlogging, we as a group understood how easy and interesting vlogging can be for those interested and who want to learn more about a topic. Knowing how important and popular our topic is to the current day, considering we are dealing with the pandemic of COVID 19, we felt that vlogging and blogging as college students about COVID 19 would help to reach attention from all social media users.
For our project, we used a bunch of different performance methods, but the one performance method we used that was very successful was digital platforms like Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and they all showed our overall strategy of social distancing. And they showed it very successfully and precisely because basically through the platforms, the digital platforms, we were able to reach out to a specific audience, which was adults and teens, and show them why social distancing is so important, especially during this pandemic. Um, I personally participated in blogs, vlogs, and the overall research for the digital platforms for figuring out why social distancing is super important. Me and Sarah pretty much did a lot of the same things, figuring out not only why social distancing is important, but how to social distance and how to make it very successful. The target audience was mostly adults and teenagers around the world, especially in the United States, because the United States at this moment has a ton of coronavirus cases. I believe we reached this audience because we did inform them about the coronavirus and social distancing, especially because the coronavirus cases, at least throughout the past couple of weeks, have been starting to decline and go down, and that I would think that because of our platform, more social distancing has become prevalent and relevant, and that is why these cases have been decreasing. Also, we think that we reached this audience because throughout our digital platforms, we've been updating them, and we've been very interested in the amount of cases throughout each week, and we've made sure that we have been constantly posting on our digital platform, making sure that we are up to date with all of this information. And finally, yes, overall, I think this project worked completely. I think it worked because both Sarah and I had made sure, again, to keep our digital platform, which is Tumblr, updated about the importance of social distancing. And we did this by using Twitter. We did this by using Instagram, making sure that we have incorporated all of the different memes about coronavirus, all of the different statistics about coronavirus, making sure that we know whether the coronavirus is spreading or not spreading because of social distancing. And overall, I think that it definitely worked, and I think that we were successful in speaking to our audience and using the digital platform performance and just constantly keeping everyone up to date. And all in all, I think that we did a great job handling our audience and making sure that even the young audience that we relate to and that we target is up to date. Even my little sister, who is 14 years old, she reads the Tumblr as well. And I think that it was good that we chose Tumblr out of every single platform, because the Tumblr is adults, it's kids, it's teenagers, it's a bunch of people around the world that are all different age groups. And I think that picking Tumblr was a very smart move for the project,